Hello everyone, welcome to week 2. Our lesson is about daily routine and time. Are you ready? So for number 1, we will be using the clock here. If you can see it, the clock and the girl here. So we will combine the get up and the time. How? Here. 1. I get up at 6 o'clock. I get up at 6 o'clock. The clock here is 6 o'clock, right? And the action is get up. Just remember your daily routine and the time lesson. So let's have it one more time for number 1. I get up at 6 o'clock. Number 2, look at the girl and the clock. Here is the clock. So you say, I have breakfast at 7 o'clock. One more time. I have breakfast at 7 o'clock. Again, I have breakfast at 7 o'clock. Number 3, look at the clock here, and the place is school, and these are students, right? So how do you say it? I go to school at 7:30. I go to school at 7:30. We have to pronounce it very well so you will not get confused. Alright? This time, you're not going to school because of our problem with COVID, but usually you go to school at 7:30. So you say, I go to school at 7:30. Right? One more time. I go to school at 7:30. Number 4. Number 4 is here, and the clock is here. You are at home, right? You are at home. So at this time, you study, right, with your online class. Now you can say, I study at 9 o'clock. I study at 9 o'clock. 9 is here. One more time. I study at 9 o'clock. 5. Look at the clock here. Look at the clock here. And you can say, I have lunch at 12 o'clock. I have lunch at 12 o'clock. One more time. I have lunch at 12 o'clock. Number 6. Number 6 is this one. The clock is 4 o'clock and the boy goes home. So he can say, I go home at 4 o'clock. At this time, you don't go home at 4 o'clock because you are always at home. But usually, when we don't have the COVID-19 problem, you always go home at 4 o'clock, right? So you say, I go home at 4 o'clock. This is still a daily routine. One more time. I go home at 4 o'clock. Number 7. Number 7 is here. You have the clock and you have the moon and the stars. But that is not very, very late. That is only 7 o'clock. So what do? Your daily routine is, I have dinner at 7 o'clock in the evening. I have dinner at 7 o'clock. Say it again. I have dinner at 7 o'clock. Last time. I have dinner at 7 o'clock. This one, how do you say it? So you have your clock, 9 o'clock, and this. Say it. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. Say one more time. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. So I hope you learned something today, just like saying your daily routine and the time. Don't forget those because we will be using them in our next activity. For now, we say goodbye.